to Scuderia Blendline. If you are just joining us on this build, we are building that little Citroen C1 into a 24-hour race car. If you don't believe us, go back and watch the last couple of episodes. If you've just seen episodes 2 and 3, you'll have seen us just finishing a test at Llandau Circuit in South Wales, and then it's back to the workshop for some more hard work to continue. We've got wheels arriving, we've got lots of new parts arriving. I was really keen to get those wheels on the weigh scales and compare them with what we've been running on already. And then something kind of bizarre happened. I got a very last minute invitation to race in Josh Cook's car 566 at the Silverstone 3 Hours in March. I jumped at the opportunity to have a go in someone else's car and compare it with the work we'd done on ours. I also had the opportunity to have a 3-minute viewing of the stop-go penalty area, lovely to see, and it was also great to see Josh and his teammate Sylvain here doing some driver changes, something which for us would be really beneficial later on down the line when it came to practicing them in our own car. Here was Chenny going past the pit wall in 566. I can't thank Josh enough for asking me and trusting us to drive his car for the 3-hour race. Learned so much, and the experience would turn out to be incredibly important later on. After this awesome race weekend, it was back into the workshop. Sean and Ian cracked on, did a load of bodywork repairs and some other vital jobs on the car to prepare it for our test at Silverstone. And we finally got to choose our race numbers, an exciting moment. And then it was to Silverstone again at the end of March for our Grand Prix circuit test day. Here's Ali working hard on the car to prepare it to get out on track. As you can see, there were a lot of cars on track, including a lot of race cars, GT3 and GT4 cars, which we basically held them up all day. But it didn't matter, we were getting some crucial time in the car, doing some longer testing, and crucially also for Sean to experience some longer stints in the car as well. The car in the whole held up really well. We had one small issue with the throttle pedal, which we actually fixed after causing a red flag within less than 10 minutes, and we were back out on track. Jump in with myself with Mike Chen driving, as he gives me a little bit of tuition and insight, which again, really helpful. So that was just half a lap with myself and Mike, with Mike driving, me taking a lot of mental notes. Into the pit lane we would go. We had intercom, so we were able to talk to each other. Unfortunately, that intercom audio didn't make it onto this recording. This was Mike just telling me exactly the best line to take into the pit lane, and also the speed at which to take. Again, little things like that, super useful. And there we go, back to our little pit bay at Silverstone. Next up, it was another trip to Dolgellau. This time I took my trusty Clio for the trip, and it was off to the Monte Coastal weekend, which myself and Sean organise every year. You'll probably have seen Tal's footage of that in one of his videos with the Peugeot. And then for me, it was also another half a day on the C1. While these guys went off and played in the mountains on the lovely roads, I actually stayed back and did a little bit more work. You're about to see some footage from myself and Sean doing some work with Mike the day before. So here we go, we've got Chris on the left, Mike and Sean. We are currently, well, what I'm doing here is I'm marking up the spot lamp brackets to drill through the bumper for the spot lamps which we've got to run, some swapping of some wheels, and then also the arch liners coming out. And there you can see the first signs of the Martini inspired stripes that we've decided to run as our livery for the 2025 Silverstone 24 Hour. Sometime later, and the stripes were going on the other side, but Chris was doing a brilliant job of putting those together, Sean making something. Meanwhile, I'm busy making a complete hash of the templates for the spot lamp brackets, but we're making a little bit of progress, so that's exactly what we wanted. Yeah, drilled holes in both sides and then also made the bumpers brackets fit in the crash panel. Hopefully we can actually see what we're doing at night. Couple of stills I found on my phone of what the bumper brackets and the spot lamps look like fitted on the car. Not too bad a job, they just needed a bit of straightening up. Well, it's been a pretty good day of progress here on the little Citroen C1. We've got some work done on the front bumpers. We've obviously had them on and off and on and off. As you can see, it's not fitted completely yet, but we've cut the slots for the spot lamp brackets and had them trial fitted. We fitted the mandatory toe eyes as opposed to the webbing ones we had before. We've also, as you can see, we've started to apply some of the vinyl, the livery, which we're going to run for Silverstone 24 Hours. Some toe eyes on the back. Also, I'm hoping you can't see it, but unfortunately I know you can if you look closely. It's still got moisture in it at the minute, but the anti-shatter film for all the side windows and the rear windows. The side windows were actually fine. I have applied this stuff a couple of times before, but yeah, it was fine on the sides really. That moisture will just dry, but the back window is horrible to do because it's obviously convex. Is it convex? I don't know. It's bending basically left to right and up and down, so not ideal. We've also bled the brakes, as you'll have seen, and put some new brake pipes on it, not only the hard pipes but also some braided lines as well. So yes, some reasonable progress here on the C1. If you're wondering, the rest of the graphics are going to be Martini stripes on the roof and a little bit on the bonnet. Then we're going to have some of our own branding like Blendline, Automax, Rocket Lab. So yeah, that's going to be quite cool to see it all come together. But yeah, keep tuned to see how it actually looks when it's finished. Not much changed inside the last few weeks. The lap timer, which you may have seen in a previous episode, that's all wired in now. We just need to finish fitting with things like the camera. There's another type of camera bracket there, but not the one we're going to run. There's also the ballast tray for our ballast. We've got some ballast now, so we just need to pre-drill that so it's ready to go. A footrest as well, which we ran at Silverstone Test earlier this week. Nice little thing, engraved or laser cut, I suppose, with the C1 Club, as so many of the parts of this car are actually on the bits we've had from the championship. So it's nice that it's yeah, got a little bit of personalisation. Following this, it was time for a clutch change and a set of new brake calipers on the car and a full brake fluid change. The boys in the Automax workshop pulled a serious shift in the last couple of weeks before the race. Then for us, it was finally race weekend. We were heading to Silverstone. Here we are, applying the final stickers before scrutineering. I'm pleased to report that due to the amazing work that everybody put in the final weeks before the race, the car actually flew through scrutiny with no problems, which was a massive relief for everybody. And then it was time just for some final race setup prep before the big race. are in the garage before the big race. You can watch Tal's long 45-minute documentary all about behind the scenes of the race. That's coming out in the next couple of days on this YouTube channel. In the meantime, thank you for watching so far, thank you for liking. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and do enjoy all the content that this channel has to offer in custom car projects.